This species is dying out, and I must save them before they go extinct in 30 years. This is one of the new origins in Stellaris Machine Age, synthetic fertility, and thanks to Paradox for sponsoring me, I get to show you this origin early. Check out the link in the description to pre-order this DLC. This origin comes with a new building, situations, and features. It's the fast-track origin for synthetically ascending, and I'll be going through this origin as well as any new changes that's come from this update, and I'll be giving you tips and tricks on how to get the most out of this origin, as well as all the different options you have so you can guide your empire to the liking you like. Here is our empire that we'll be playing today. The democratic human technocracy was once a thriving society. A novel genetic disease has left the species unable to reproduce, running out of options and forcing extinction. They place their hope in digital salvation. So, the origin synthetic fertility only lets us do the synthetic ascension. This is similar to Teachers of the Shroud, which is the psionic ascension path origin. So the effects of this origin, we start with 9 extra pops, which is pretty nice. We get that species trait pathogenic genes. We get a size 20 homeworld with abandoned cities, which lower our max district by 1 and is quite expensive to clear. We get a new building identity repository, which produces 6 of all science and unity, has a 6 energy upkeep and gives us 6 trade value. That's a lot of 6s. The repository starts with 3 identities. We also get an abandoned gene clinic that can't be removed or replaced or repaired, so it's just blocking a building slot. We get a situation, which we get technologies that unlock synthetic ascensions. We start with all the AI technologies. That includes positron AI, 5% research speed and upkeep, self-evolving logic for more research alternatives, and administrative AI, which gives us research speed and upkeep. This could be one of the best tech rushing origins. We'll have to see. Then we also get guaranteed research options, artificial workforce. Unfortunately, we start with pops in decline. We have the new trait from this origin, pathogenic genes, which gives us 100% pop decline speed. We can't colonize planets or be resettled, and we cannot reproduce naturally. This trait is locked, and it gives us -1 trait points, and then we've just gone science and energy with unruly because we needed the -2. This science and energy will come into play as we're playing the origin. We've also then gone technocracy, as we need science, and parliamentary system, as it will form factions at the start of the game, give us more faction output, and it will give us unity as we play. Then we're going to get egalitarian for the specialist pop output and more faction output, fanatic materialist for less robot upkeep, which will be very nice for this origin, and more research speed, and democratic for more faction approval. This is all to get the most out of this origin, so we can try and complete as quickly as possible to get benefits from it. We do only have 30 years until all our population dies. I'm going to be playing on these settings. Pretty much everything's default. Like default, I know I play on 0.5 tech cost usually, but this is going to get you a good feel of how it plays on 1 times, which is going to make this even harder as well. Early forays into artificial consciousness were revolutionary, giving rise to a fully digital community and blurring the lines between the physical and virtual worlds. Success was so great that we grew complacent, believing we had countless generations to innovate and explore. We were wrong. When a novel disease attacked our genetic code, we lost the ability to procreate. A cure eluded our brightest minds, and panic grew as the population aged and dwindled. In desperation, we expanded our digital storage, creating enough space to preserve our identities. But is this truly existence we desire? Our focus now shifts to developing synthetic bodies and a positronic brain sophisticated enough for us to remain in the physical world. Digital salvation. Lacking a medical solution, our best chance for survival lies in digitizing our population with the identity repository. However, this is a stopgap solution. A plan is already in place to develop synthetic bodies and a positronic brain of sufficient complexity. We estimate that we have enough time to complete the research with a focused effort. Using cutting-edge AI, our experts have already drawn up the blueprints for robotic bodies, our first step to our synthetic salvation. We get artificial workforce and 25% progress towards it. So I did try this with Sol System, and in this early access version at least, it's not working too well as it blocks some districts. So we're just going to start with a random system. It might be working in the up-to-date version. This is the early access, so some things may be changed in the release version. Okay, so first things first with this origin, we have an immediate situation, the rapid identity preservation. Cannot bear offspring, but we can preserve our minds. This process is slow but necessary. In time, it may be possible for us to return to the physical world, but doing so will require the development of synthetic replacements. We get different approaches, which doesn't change how quickly this ticks down. It's just constantly ticking down. We got economy first for unity, engineering research, and less energy credits. Then 10% engineering research and less energy credits by 20%, and then 20% engineering research but less monthly energy credits. We're going to stay on economy first for now, but you can see why we've had to go on tech rushy, because a lot of this origin requires grabbing artificial technologies. We're going to take anything that gives unity, and energy grid is very good since our energy is going to be sapped. So we cannot actually build colony ships due to the origin, so we can actually just focus straight away on trying to build our economy. So we're just going to buy maximum minerals so we can try and get research labs down for more science. We're going to still survey out because we will eventually be able to use these colonies. We just can't now. So we have gone technocracy, so we do have specialist traits. Unfortunately, nobody rolled machinist, which would be very good as a lot of the robot techs are that, but you can always check when you start. We have a nice choke point back here. We're going to send the military ship to explore, and we also have our factions founded. This is going to be great for our unity income. We don't have to worry about unity. We're going to promote them both so they both approve us more, which will give us more unity. And then we're going to look at their missions. There's only one that we don't follow, and we want benevolent, and they want benevolent, and they want benevolent subjugation policy, and we'll just give that to them. Since we're not expanding as well, we can just switch straight to isolationists, which will give us 10% more unity. And alloys does not really matter too much for us at the minute, so we're going to switch to civilian economy for more consumer goods. And when we can, we're going to build that research lab straight away, as we are going to need a lot of science, especially on 1 times tech cost. Now, for your traditions, we are eventually going to want synthetics, but we're going to need artificial administration technology. Get it? Which the event chain will give us, but we're not getting for now. I'm actually going to go statecraft. I've been really enjoying it in recent videos. Leveling up and giving your counselors better skill is going to be huge, as we'll get more research speed per level of our scientists by 2%. And finishing discovery, I can't actually see it because we need a new thing, but I'll show you in a minute. Yep, just keep spamming research labs. We need tech. We do get a bit more because we have a science director, and sending your head of researcher to just survey is going to be huge. But we also start with a scientist on our capital. That's giving us more science. So yeah, discovery gives 10% research when you finish. It does reduce upkeep. It might be worth going after, but just leveling up our counselors has more benefits than just research. So here are the new buildings. Identity repository has now got 4 identities, because every time one of our pops here declines, they go into the identity repository, and this will just keep ticking up our science nicely. Fortunately, because it's a building, we don't get any buffs to the production of it, so it's always going to be a base of 8 to each, and the upkeep, but it's not too bad since we're getting the same trade value as the upkeep. 1 trade value is 1 energy at the minute, so it's basically free upkeep. This is, I think, to help you along in case you're not knowing how to tech rush entirely. I wonder if it's actually possible to lose with this origin, because this just gets stronger. You can see we're now up to 10 because someone got murdered. So now we've actually finished amongst peers the first agenda that gets finished. We can just launch and everyone gets XP on the council, which is huge, and we can just get more research speed from the levels. And what's even cooler, we can just run synthetic evolution, as it's only 63 months long. It's half the length of normal agendas, so we can pop this quicker. We're just going to click that for now. I mean, we could even now just go for discovery. I don't think it's worth it. Let's just get more effective counselor skill, and we can actually just start selling food, keep our economy afloat. Oh yeah, we also have the new advisor on Cyberpunk.
Star hopping's all fun and games until you trip an alarm. We've got augmentations that haven't even hit the black market yet.
Can't really afford to up our engineering research speed, but getting the monthly unity is pretty nice, actually. So we would lose that if we did that. We're getting science anyway. Oh, and we found another empire. Hopefully we can be friendly, because we're not going to be in a state to fight. This early game is going to be pretty tough, since we can only have 1 planet. But hopefully the origin will give us a lot of benefits after we finished it. We are going to have to start selling alloys. Not great. I mean, we're pretty much maxed out on minerals as well. We can't expand much more here, only with a construction ship. Hydro bays are going to be crucial for our economy. We can place these hydro bays on star bases to produce 10 food for 1 energy, and we can just sell them or just start working food jobs. Okay, so the next stage of the origin is here. We've just finished robotic workers, which means we've converted the abandoned gene clinic facility into a robot assembly plant. They're just scrappy robots, though. They can't house our consciousness. However, through the positronic link, those in the digital realm can add their knowledge and experience to the daily operation of these robots, improving their performance. At the same time, our AI systems have developed a design for advanced androids. Our aging engineers stand ready to get to work. So on 1 stage complete, we get a robot assembly plant, we get 3 robot pops, we get artificial specialists, and 20% towards it. So let's keep researching these techs. Statecraft is now finished. I think it's worth going that 10% research speed from tech ascendancy. These robots are going to help us keep working the jobs that we're struggling to keep working, actually, because when a pop declines, it takes it from the workers. These robot pops don't have any traits. And remember, now they actually have planet preferences, so they won't have 100% habitability everywhere. So once agendas get over halfway, their cost gets a lot less to rush. So we're going to spend 400 unity just to rush synthetic evolution. And then we will go and expand the council. And we can actually afford to clear some blockers. And we are struggling with consumer goods. So we're going to turn our capital into a factory world. We'll probably have to stop selling alloys. Yeah, our consumer goods are good. We can also whack on capacity subsidies because our research grid finished. We'll get more technician output. And we can do fortify the border for more star bases, which means more hydro base. Unfortunately, we have literally no alloy production, so we'll have to buy a few alloys. Yep, hydro base. Let's start popping those out. We can even get rid of like commercial zones for tech, maybe even the administrative office. Our economy is just kind of struggling right now. But yeah, you can see we've got 12 identities in the identity repository, giving us 12% robotic output. Pretty nice. Oh, and it looks like we've been completely trapped in. We're playing tall. Next tradition, we probably should go discovery to get cheaper researchers and get rid of the administrative office for an energy grid. And we can expand this out. We can also replace the agricultural districts, city districts for more building slots. Why are we bordering a purifier? Well, this is going to make this even harder. Oh, no. We need to build a spy network stat. They are Grand Admiral, but they are mid-game scaling at year 50. So we should hopefully finish this situation by the time they get to us. Or at least try and kill us, but who knows? We don't have the resources to mess around with a purifier. On the plus side, we've gotten artificial specialists, which gives us the next event in the event chain. A significant upgrade to our robotic technology means it is now possible to colonize other planets and for our mechanized population to support more complex tasks. Our AI systems believe the next logical step would be to mimic their positronic matrices in synthetic bodies. This significant research project should allow us to return a digitized consciousness to the natural world. Let's not give up now. We get artificial administration and tech progress towards it. We can actually colonize these other worlds, which is good. We're going to straight away do artificial administration, which will give us 10% robotic output and give us synthetic workers. It's going to take 279 months, but we'll keep damn trying. We just got refugees. I believe the purifier is killing they're killing a pre-FTL, but we're getting their pops. Okay, to colonize these worlds, we need alloys. We have a 1.3k fleet. No, I don't want to die. Yeah, fly over there. Thank you. I need to find friends. I'm just demolishing the agricultural districts that they have a 1 upkeep. It just helps a little bit. So I would save Unity so that we can instantly do synth, but like 259 months. We need to reduce upkeep on our researchers and get more research speed. Our first colony has been found. We need to also colonize here. The refugees are helping. They are just killing a bunch of pre-FTLs. Oh, we found an empire. How many people have died? 18 pops are dead. We can expand the council. It means we can get a senior science directive, less researcher upkeep at every level. Put our science director on that. Or we could employ an industrious fellow, which would help a lot. Yeah, that's so worth it. Giving us 25% speed towards it. You shall go on the council, my friend. Luckily, robots get a minimum of 50% habitability everywhere, so we can just colonize everywhere still. You don't get the huge benefits like before, but it makes more sense, I think. We found a friend, maybe? No, they're fanatic xenophobe. Oh well. The issue is, I think the size of our factions are getting smaller as we go on because people are dying and robots don't count for that, which means we're just getting less unity as the game goes on. Something fun to think about. 119 months till artificial administration is done. Oh, we are losing a lot of science people. What are you doing? Work the science. Up to 300 science. We are fully tech rushing here to finish this as quickly as possible. 88 months. Spark a genius on you as well. More research speed is good. We're up to 63% research speed on that. That is a lot of blockers. Okay, well, this will be minerals. This will be energy. This can be our industrial world. Nice. We have 4 planets. Yeah, so something weird happening is the pops aren't like shifting jobs properly every time someone dies. Pretty annoying. So I can actually build more identity repositories. Does that give me all of those buffs, or did it say it was split across? I can't remember. Why would you want to build another one if it's split? Each identity boosts the repository's output and up, divided among all identity repositories on our planet. We'll try it. I don't really know what that means entirely. We're gonna need a lot of minerals though. Well, if we're giving the option to make some Dyson swarms, we may as well take it. This is one of the new kilo structures. We'll see how good that is if we ever can afford it in this video. And we're going to reduce our research upkeep by 20%. That should help the economy out ever so slightly. We have no pops. Keep working the science. Dyson Swarm. What does it even do? It will give the star more output, the Unity and alloys, like 15,000%, and then you can upgrade it into a Dyson Sphere, which now has different parts to it. Pretty cool. Do we have a good star though? This one has 3 energy. Capital is 4. Probably the best around our capital. We can actually build it. We may as well. It might save our economy. The robots are almost done, and our economy is completely collapsing. Finally, artificial administration is done. We get robot output 10% and synthetic workers. One final step. After relentless work, we have finally achieved success. A fully functional positronic brain has been designed, one sophisticated enough to contain our identity. While we cannot overcome mortality, we'll soon no longer be bound by the limitations of a biological existence. It's time for our synthetic awakening. To progress with these events, we must embrace the synthetic tradition, which is great because we just don't have enough Unity to do that. So let's embrace synthetics. It has changed a little bit. We now start a situation to transform the founding species into a mechanical species. You get a bunch of buffs, and a lot of these are pretty similar. We'll see it as we go. The digital dream. Assembly plants and synthesization experts stand ready to begin the monumental task of transferring identities into positronic brains and synthetic bodies. We'll initiate our efforts by focusing on those still residing in the physical world, aiming to eradicate the genetic disease once and for all. The identity transfers begin. If there are any remaining biological pops, they will begin to transfer into synthetic bodies. So the other situation goes away. We now get synthesization. We can go the careful approach where we get no research speed, no monthly alloys, or we can go full speed, which uploads 2 pops per month, and we get no engineering research and no alloys. I think full speed is probably better, as we are just declining in species anyway. To be fair, we can get rid of some researchers to work. We can actually research something that's not engineering. Oh no, we lost all of our alloys. That makes sense. There you can see we've changed into robots. We get synthetic on everyone. That gives a bunch of different bonuses depending what they're doing. Our ruler gives us monthly mechanical pop assembly, and our researcher here is just giving us output. Fortunately, it's bugged a bit because it's unemployed. Great. Virtual salvation. We successfully relocated every identity into either a synthetic frame or the identity repository during the continuation of our people. Other new challenges emerged. The digital space we created to store our digital identities was always meant to be temporary. The inhabitants have grown accustomed to this existence and reluctant to return to the physical world. We could allow them to remain there, but the option to compel them into new synthetic bodies is also an alternative. We can let them enjoy it, which means they stay there, giving us 33% pop output on this planet, I'm guessing, and 66 trade value, as well as 66 science of each and 66 unity. Or we can turn 33 pops into robots, which would be insane. We're going to make a save here because this is quite an interesting decision. Let's see them staying. I want to try building an extra identity repository with 2 new events. Synthetic Dawning. Today marks the end of our digital journey. No one can deny the magnitude of what has been done or the sacrifice necessary to achieve it. We now stand ascended as a fully digitized and synthetic people. No longer shall we yield to the horrors of disease. No more shall the limitations of feeble genetics define us. We're free to create any reality we see fit. And that ends that change of the synthetic. That does come with the origin and if you just normally take synthetics, but it's cool to extend out the origin with that. We do get synthetic rebirth as well from this. We've developed identity complexes, advanced centers where we can copy existing identities to essentially create new people. We could randomize personality points from multiple individuals, bring new identities through countless combinations. Alternatively, we might mimic nature's process by nurturing mind kernels an open virtual setting. So you don't actually see the benefits of what these do when you hover over the events, but you can actually see it in policies. So identity copies gives you less happiness. Identity fusions removes that happiness but gives you more assembly costs. And identity initialization gives you 5% happiness, 5% more resources for jobs, and 20% more assembly costs. I'm going to go for initialization. We do have to then research that, and it costs quite a lot. So for now, I think it might be worth getting some smaller techs. Yeah, we are currently on our capital getting 33% robotic output, which is insane. I don't think we can actually put any more mines into it unless... Let's see if purging adds more mines. I don't know if it will. We're at 33 identities. Let's see if purging does that. So yeah, the 33% does not go up if you purge. You cannot increase it. So you could have wanted to min-max killing off as many people into it. And we'll also see what building another one does. So it's actually half these outputs across, so you can spread out those buffs. It's okay. Probably just want to keep one on your capital so you get massive output with the amount of pops you have. We're going to go switch over and try getting loads of robots, see how that is different. Oh, and also both of these get a identity complex, which is an empire limit of 1, which gives us engineering research, amenities, an empire-wide monthly mechanical pop assembly, plus 800 minerals. Okay, so we're back to before the choice. We did do it in 25 years as well. So we need 5 years left and we properly rushed it. This is going to be a challenge in Origin if you're just picking up the game. So let's place the remaining digital identities into our current stock of synthetic bodies and build new frames for the rest. The identity repository will be destroyed. So we just got a lot of pops. Can work all these jobs again. I don't know why it says we've imprisoned stuff, but okay. We're getting our independence guaranteed, so we'll just accept that. Okay, we get these events again. They are the same. We will go identity initialization. We lose all that efficiency and free resources for just mass workers. I guess it's not awful, but that's a hard choice to make. And we somehow completely messed up who's unemployed. Why? Have I completely bugged out the construction ship as well by having auto and construct that Dyson's form? I think I have. And now we go. We click auto off and it's fine. Okay, our next aim, the final goal of this video, is to take out this purifier order. They're overwhelming fleet power, but pathetic tech rush wise, because we did a lot of tech rushing. Now let's try and recover our economy, build up a fleet, and give our people some freedom, and not be scared of our immediate border. Oh, we also have no traits. That's really annoying. Oh, I could have done academic privilege. Well, you should probably do that. You get it from materialist. Our economy is now recovering. Gonna be better while these planets build up as well. I should also get an event that lets me change my government type, but I haven't seen that. So it appears I've accidentally clicked the option that gives materialist ethics attraction, but like you can actually do some really cool things. With a test game I did, we became a democratic surrogacy, which changed us into kind of virtual, but not entirely virtual. Well, our pops are virtual over here, which instead of synthetics giving us like science from jobs and stuff. I don't know why it didn't pop up. That does happen. The government reform does pop up when you go synthetic. We've kind of just stayed as rational consciousness, which gives us faction approval and the like. Pretty much the same as the default democracy. Oh, the Dyson's form is finished. Oh, it's already giving star output 500%. So we're getting 30 energy from the star. That's pretty good. Oh, I'm stupid. You need to finish synthetics to be able to switch over your government type. We do not have the unity production for that. We need to kill. I have literally tier 1 everything. It's mad that I have no trait picks to improve my robotic species. Sad. But we have disruptors. It's good enough. Not really. We're the arc furnace now. This gives us mining station output and uncovered deposits to size 2. I don't know how much that's worth. It's probably only good like in systems with a lot of stuff like this system here. Oh, I can now assimilate once synthetics is done here with transubstantial synthesis. Oh, we're getting solid. There we go. Synthetics is now finished finally. So now we get a choice. We can focus on the freedom of movement, focus on resettlement districts, or prepare for the horrors of war. Let's prepare for the horrors of war. We can introduce planned imperfections to synth bodies, more unity, more spiritualist attraction, less assembly speed. Then we're in an imperfect world, happiness but less resources, or less spiritualist attraction and less happiness. I don't want any of those. Yeah, let's go for the bottom one. Hopefully something good happens, because that's not a good option. We can continue to push the limits. Monthly minerals, monthly modes, less pop assembly speed and more army damage, or assembly speed and happiness. Assembly and speed and happiness sounds good. You use surrogates to fight for us. We get democratic surrogacy, which gives us more sublate speed, more ship build speed. We get virtual, or we just become democratic. Now I want to be virtual. Now we are virtual, yes. Ships get 10% fire rate. That's pretty good. How were they overwhelming to us? We have 20k. Oh, they've just annihilated. That's why. Oh, they killed them. I think it's worth trying to take out their ships now, though. Let's see if we can leave. We've been trapped. We're gonna die anyway, probably. So let's go get them. Rush their capital. We get to assimilate all their pops, which is nice. But we have no minerals, and they're coming for us. They're just charging me down. At least fight me. Yeah, hopefully we win this. We did. And they've just respawned back here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't think we're gonna survive this. We'll see. What? We survived? I did luckily just get more damage to rivals. I don't know if that actually mattered. Took out a lot of them. We lost a lot of us though. We just lost a lot of corvettes on this starbase. It looks like we've whittled them down. They're pathetic now. They have caught up to us in tech. Taking their capital and other Forge World was very good for us. No, it's status quo'd. Well, we were going to win. They're inferior in pretty much every way now. That was the new DLC. A lot of changes to robots. We didn't even play as robots. Synthetic fertility was very fun. However, it's quite a challenging origin. As you saw, we were very far behind, especially at 1x tech costs where everything just takes forever to go through. Probably better at lower settings. That's what I'd recommend anyway. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more new Stellaris content and click here to watch a playlist where I try and get every single Stellaris achievement. It's driving me mad.